What's up, guys and gals? My name is Splattercat, and we are here at the Nerd Castle with the next episode of Sunless Season 2. If that's not enough S's to get your tongue going, I'm not really sure what is. I've turned in all of our stuff to everybody. We have about 1,000 echoes right now. We didn't make a lot of money, unfortunately, and I don't necessarily remember what we were working on. I think we just did like a round tour of the entire planet, and that was pretty much it. So I think what we might do for today, we can either... We've got a quest that's going to send us up to Codex in order to get the Admiralty Intelligence Report. I don't really feel like doing that right now. Instead, I sort of feel just like drifting and going around doing stuff and seeing what we can explore. And so realistically, let's go ahead and carouse here in London first. And we were fortunate. We lost 5 terror. We got 1 recent news. Okay, that's fine. I'll take that. That seems okay. And trouble and romance. That night in Wolfstack, you find yourself sharing a table with a dapper chap or a likely lass. Someone whose name you do not afterwards recall. Yeah, you're that guy. Like, I'll call you Thursday. Sunday rolls around. Yeah, you don't call. I'll probably go with the likely lass. We did that last time, but I'll go with it again. She's going to give us the pewter locket, and she grips it briefly in her fist. Don't you dare forget me, she says. You can run into her later. I've done this quest a few times, and eventually you'll run back into her, and it'll have like this little side quest where you get back together for a while, and then, I don't know, you break up again. It's weird. It's weird. It doesn't necessarily make sense, but it's pretty cool. Let's spend a bit of money getting ourselves back up and on the road. So I'm thinking... I like to be pretty sure of my fuel supplies, so I'm just going to put that up to 20, I think. And then let's just be on our way. I mean, we're just going to go out and get some more port reports and see what adventures happen while we're out and about. I paid to have my terror reduced by about 30 because I didn't want to get myself into too much trouble with our terror levels. Being at 50 puts you at the moderate risk of running into a random event which will increase your terror by 40 or 30. And if you do that, it's really, really bad. I mean, if you run into that event, it's going to be horrible for you because then you're going to be sitting out in the middle of nowhere with your terror at like 92 and you're just gonna be like, well, what do I do now? And the answer is you do nothing. You wait for your crew to go insane and then you wait to die, and that's essentially all that's going to occur. I think I might do another big loop and we'll just do some events and we'll talk about the events as we go through. Let's go to Mutton Island first. We gotta make this big jump over here. Mutton whatever, yeah, Mutton Island. I almost called it Mutton Straight, but it's not very straight. It's sort of curvy, so I feel like somebody really dropped the ball on naming it. It looks like kind of a distorted Pac-Man head with one eye that's decided to pop out a socket. That's the sound that it makes me think it would be making. Then again, if somebody built a dock in my mouth, I'd be kind of upset too. My eyes might pop out. Quaker's Haven. Oh, you stand on the bridge with the likely last locket in your hand. Ooh, the likely last locket lucky? Ooh, yeah. Oh, never mind. It's just asking us what I want to do. I'm going to keep it. And so we lost another terror, and we gained that thing where it says you have a sweetheart in London. The Zir is cold, but the heat of your blood is warm. The metal of the locket. Keep it close. Back into Quaker's Haven, we will go to... Let's explore the shore. You take a stroll along the beach. Perhaps the Z has brought you something. Driftwood, a smooth dark surface, something glinting, just bottle glass, something softly shining. It glows like a pale ember, a nasty glob of goo. Let's go with something shining since it has a prerequisite. It's a soul, alright, but behind the glass its pale face is oddly serene and its light is remarkably bright. There's something different about this one. You now have 1 times Judgment's egg. That's weird. Let's take a look at it. Is this a soul? It's pale and bright. Souls like this, they say, are the spores of strange gods. That's weird. I've never seen this item before in my life. I have no idea what to do with it. I've played this game quite a bit in between our series, and I've never seen that item. And this is why you're supposed to sail around and just do events. That's basically... Let's get the port report. We'll talk to the people at Quaker's Haven. I also forgot we needed a crate of souls. So let's go back up to London and we'll buy a crate of souls up there because when we go full around and we get back to the demoness on the island, we're going to want to give her the crate of souls so that she doesn't take ours. I would really prefer that she not take ours. I mean, I would say that we are harsh, as is befitting this dark world, but at the same time, I wouldn't say that we're soulless, and so I don't really think I want her to help me out with that and force me into a state of non-soul encumbrance. That would suck. Let's fight this guy over here because our hunger's looking pretty high. And this will save us a supply. Let's flare this bastard real fast and get this over with. Maybe hit him with a flensing salvo. That seems like fun. I enjoy flensing things. If this puts us up to 50... It does indeedly doodly, and so we get on out of the way. With 59 illumination, we flens that little bastard. Alright. Although it only looked like he lost a slight little bit of his health. We will butcher it for supplies. We lose 44 hunger, which is great for us. That is a Tony the Tiger moment in which we find that we saved ourselves a lot of hunger. We eat the crab. I used to go crabbing when I was a kid. We used to go out to God, what was that place called? It's been so long now. Well, we used to go out to Bodega, we used to go out to Dillon Beach, we used to go to a number of locations, we used to go crabbing out there with all the crab traps and whatnot. We used to go find mud dogs too. We used to go down to the creek and we get ourselves some crawdads, throw those little bastards in the pot and eat them. Although I never got over the little poop sack thing at the bottom of the crawdad. It's still gross. I ate them still, but it still grossed me out. It just never stopped being gross for me. Hold on, let's get the messages, and I needed to buy a crate of souls. There it is. It's only 63. That's not so bad. So we'll carry that along with us. And I wanted to see what the demoness does if we bring her the crate of souls. Last time we were there, she was very forcefully hinting at the fact that we should probably have those. I could probably hire on more crew, too, to make myself a bit more efficient. But we'll do that when we get back. Our hunger is already back up to 20. It's like you can't avoid it. You just can't avoid it. How dare these biological beings on my ship continue to have rudimentary functions of life? It's not okay. I don't think I'm going to fight a crab right now. We've got plenty of supply, so I'm just going to keep going. And we're probably just going to make this run... Oh, I don't know. We'll probably go down to the Cumaean Canal. We'll bounce over to there, then up to Godfall. I could have brought 5 crates, but we're not going to make that much money off of it anyway, so I really don't care that much. It's not something that I'm going to weigh myself down with along the way. Our engines don't seem to be that much faster. I bought an engine that had about... Well, I think our first engine was 800, and our second engine had... Our second engine had maybe 1200, so it was a 50% increase. And I'm not seeing like a 50% increase in speed. I wish that we did so that we could get around a little bit quicker. That would be amazing. However, actually I can turn off my lights while I'm going around here. Use even less fuel. Oh damn. Our engine temperature just shot up. Why it just shot up, I'm not sure. But we could have an explosion pretty soon. And so basically what you can do is you can play around with your fuel usage like this by turning off your lamp every time your terror gets high. There we go. You get better at the game as you go along. You figure out ways to conserve fuel and stuff like that. Just turn the lights on, turn the lights off as soon as you got terror building up. Since we took the long way around, I'm trying to be more efficient about my terror usage. I almost missed that one right there. My finger just twitched like I was playing pinball. I've become an addict for AC/DC pinball lately. I don't know why. I keep going to the arcade and playing it. I've spent a ridiculous amount of quarters on AC/DC pinball because they have the really, really good one at the arcade that's near my house. It's got like the little, where basically when you light up the, well, it's hard to explain, but anyways, you light up various aspects of the pinball field. It's got like this drop down area where the ball goes down into it and you play mini pinball inside that little tiny area. That's how you know that it's the special version of AC/DC pinball. If it doesn't have that little drop down area, hell, I guess hell mode is what it's called. If it doesn't have hell mode, it's just the regular version. It's not the premiere edition. We'll listen for surface gossip. And so we got a vision of the surface. Okay, well I was hoping for moves in the great game, but that's fine. We'll get the port report for Cumaean Canal. There's nothing else that we can do right here. And so I think we're just going to skiff on out, I suppose. I'm not going to fight with them because they're scary and they always one-shot me no matter what I do. And so I'm not really, I don't like to rely on the fact that they won't crit us with flares early and get a run up to 100. And so out to Godfall we go. We're going to take a little bit of terror right here just because it's alright though. That's one of the reasons I spent so much money getting our terror down, is because I wanted to have a little bit of a buffer zone where I could allow it to increase if I wanted. Some people recommend fighting these instead of the Lifebergs. I find the Lifebergs to be a lot safer. These guys right here, they tend to get you. They tend to get you when you're not paying attention. They'll magically get their illumination up to 100 somehow, and then all of a sudden you're sitting there with a tattered, annihilated ship going, what the hell happened, like rocking yourself back and forth, wishing that you didn't have to start over again. And so I tend to avoid it. Let's go ahead and at Godfall, we will grab the port report from here. I'm actually thinking I might not have enough fuel to do a full roundabout. This might get a little bit awkward, although we can refuel in Port Palmerston. So I might take a risk on that. Let's go ahead and go around the horn right here. Recurring Nightmare watched. A straightforward challenge with a 100% chance of success. Cool. Nightmare strength has gone down by 1. We lost a restful night and we succeeded in a hearts challenge, but we gained some terror. Disappointing. And so what we prefer to do right here is to do something like this. You want to go across the Antonine Abyss and get to the Tides of Appetite. And then from here, my preference would be that we skip south. My preference anyways, instead of adding weird syllables to words. I don't always add syllables to words, but when I do, I make sure I put them in oddly so that it confuses everyone. Yeah, I think I'm going to take a chance and we'll try and refuel up at Port Palmerston. We'll do another big roundabout run. I don't know what to do in this game anymore, aside from just do the random events that are at each location, and I think that's basically all that you're meant to do. We're down by 2 supply, we have 11 fuel, we'll be able to make it, it'll be fine. We'll probably go north of the crab cake though to unlock whatever's up in there, just to make sure that we have every island uncovered. Something's waiting for us back at port too, that's great. Oh well, we'll make port at Commingle. And hopefully we don't pick up too much terror while we're here. Every time I'm polythreme, I feel like I'm going to pick up a bunch of terror. So we'll gather the intelligence. We got the port report. We can carry Clayman to London, but that's only if we have the key of histories. It's expensive. Alright, and from polythreme, I think where we're going to go, now that we've got like our port reports and whatnot, and I apologize for that little break right there. Sometimes episodes get interrupted by stuff that you can't avoid, and it seems to happen very often with this series. It also comes with the fact that the channel has just gotten so much busier that it's just impossible for me to get anything done anymore. Let's cut to the east. We're going to go to the crab cake, and we're going to go up north, and we're going to see what's in this area, because I have no idea what's there, and it's one of the few little shady areas we haven't uncovered yet. I also think we might cut north from Khan's Glory, or something like that, to see if maybe that'll take us anywhere interesting. We're a little bit low on fuel. I'm not really happy about our fuel levels right now. I was hoping we get a bit further, but we were planning on refueling in Port Palmerston anyways. So I think we might be alright, so long as we just keep an eye on the fuel gauge. Let's cut north, and we'll see what's in the middle of all of this up here. Hopefully there'll be another settlement or something so that we can get ourselves some more fragments. Okay, so there's nothing up here. We can fight one of the big crabs, I guess. Let's go fight one of the big crabs. I haven't fought one of those in a while. I don't remember what they do. I don't know if the strategy is the same as Lifebergs. I'm probably just going to go straight for the flensing kill, to be honest. Let's go ahead and start this thing off. Like flares, maybe? He's going to seek and get a little bit closer. And then maybe like an evade or something to get our illumination down. And then a flensing salvo. Let's kind of bounce back and forth like so. I don't know. An appalling cry. If you survive, the sound will remain in your dreams like a maggot in a peach. Oh, we got +3 terror. Oh, that sucks. I didn't even know he could do that. Oh, that's so weak. We canceled out his attack. That's funny. Did we break the game? Oh, no, we didn't break the game. I was going to say, it appears as though we have broken the game. See how many flensing attacks we can get off right now before things get real. No matter what we do, we want to make sure that he can't use some of these attacks on us. God, he is just annihilating our terror right now. Costing us so much money for one fight. The enemy seems to have a much better ability to illuminate you than you have to illuminate them. That's one thing that I've noticed along the way, is they illuminate you so much faster than you can possibly illuminate or get out. Like, evade is pointless in this game almost. I guess we will butcher it. We got 15 unprepossessing masses. Suitable for smoking. I guess we'll preserve it so we gain a supply. That totally wasn't worth how much terror we gained from that. Wow. And so I'm reinforced in my knowledge that it's never worth it to fight anything in this game. I guess we will continue out of the labyrinth of eels. We'll probably fight with this guy though, because I want to get the... Hunting these is usually a pretty decent idea if you're trying to get yourself... I think this thing has to get close to us. I don't remember. I think this thing has to get close. It may also have an illumination attack, though. I don't know. We'll see what it does. And we'll kind of vary our strategy based on where we are. I don't know if it has some of the attacks that the crab has or what we're going to be dealing with right here, but I wanted to get some of the trophies so that I can lower my terror for free, since now that we're a little bit further into the game, we don't really have a choice. I think this should be enough fleet, maybe a few more, just to make sure. I'd like to get the kill done all in one big gap. Okay, so he does use Snatch to steal one of our Zailers. We canceled the attack, so we're at 90 yards. Let's go ahead and illuminate. Illuminate twice. We'll go with some flensing salvos after that, because I think we can one-shot him from this point. Maybe. He's going to illuminate us. We didn't quite one-shot him. We're almost there. There it is. And so we've managed to take him out. The bound shark falls to the bottom of the ocean. And we can examine its cage armature. Let's go ahead and look. We've gained 3 hull. We got a hunting trophy. We failed in the challenge, but we still get the hunting trophy out. Since our terror is already just like borked, I don't even care. It looks like there's something... I don't know if we should just go straight for... Let's go straight for the north, I guess. I'm torn. I kind of want to go to Khan's Glory, but it's just like, maybe I should just keep on running. We'll fight him as well, because I think the hunting trophies will stack. And if we can use those later on, it would please me. Go ahead and start out with some fleeing. It only slightly reduces our illumination. So unfortunately, based on his crits, he might be able, based on how hard he hits basically, because it's a roll. Every time you do something in this game, it just assigns you a roll, and sometimes you lower your illumination by like 1, and sometimes you lower it by a ridiculous amount. It just kind of depends. We still need to bring this down lower though. Keep it going until he decides to do something stupid that leaves us an opening. I don't know if that one's going to make it off in time. Oh good, we canceled him out. Fantastic. Oh no, never mind. He took one of my Zailers. Okay, let's finish this off. Let's get this thing going. Like, I think he can use that... I don't know how he's able to grab people from 90 yards away without hands or anything, but apparently he can do it. It's magic. I don't ask. Appalling Cry is going to give us 1 terror. That's not bad. We'll go ahead and finish him off with 2 flensing attacks. And down he goes. I'm going to take more. We're going to do the cave armature. We failed in the challenge again, but we got another hunting trophy, and that's all that I really care about. Let's get ourselves out of the middle of the ocean, and we'll head up towards Guider's Morn, and we'll figure out where we want to go from there in just a moment. It's getting close to one of these little knobs. Always hug the knob close when you're in the middle of the terrifying Z. Or we could hug Macy's shaft, I guess. I mean, the joke works both ways. Knobs, shafts, and all that fun stuff. You knew the joke was going to go there eventually. I mean, it had to. I think I've already made that joke. I may have already made it 4 or 5 times in the past, but we're going to make it again. Damn it. Recycle that material. Go the distance. Continue it going forward as far as possible. At Guider's Morn, we should be able to find ourselves, I don't know, those right there, those little Canet boats. I don't want to fight at all. Those things are scary. I don't like you, and they don't like me. Let's explore the Morn. And we have the riddles thing, and the riddles is stupid. That event comes up like in every single city. Let's not. I guess that's the only one that comes up in Guider's Morn. Let's gather intelligence. Oh, cool. The whisper is that a Canet trimaran resupplied here last week under a flag of careful truce. That implies something interesting about Canet fleet movements the Admiralty would love to know. Oh, we got a strategic information out of it. That is badass. I'll take that for sure. So we just made ourselves 150 free echoes. I think I'll probably leave the majority of this alone. The fuel is really expensive here. Oh my god. Okay, so the fuel here is pretty expensive. However, you can sell it for 10 echoes, which is a little bit weird. I think if you could get that, if you get like 40 or 50 supplies off of Lifebergs and bring them back over to Guider's Morn, you might make a little bit of cash too. Depends if you can supply yourself for free or not. Let's go up by the aphotic quills one more time to Port Cecil. And I'm just trying to make the best run that I possibly can right now. Obviously, our fuel levels are looking a little bit suspect. I don't know how long they're going to hold out. Oh, please tell me he can't outrun me. Okay, good. I was going to say, please tell me he's not faster than I am. Try not to run into the rocks here while I run away like a coward. But you know what? Self-preservation. Self-preservation is nothing to scoff at. I'm actually probably going to use these over here to get where I want to go. Discovered the Noctic Lobe. I don't think I want to discover anybody's Noctic Lobe. That sounds like one of those things in your biology class that you had to learn to identify on a crab or something when you were dissecting it. Like, where's the Noctic Lobe? And you'd be like, man, I don't know. I ain't come to class last week. I haven't taken notes in like 5 days. What's going on now? Alright, and so we'll just ride this all the way around to Port Cecil, where we will more than likely break off this end of our voyage. And then we'll start up the next episode starting tomorrow. Alright, we managed to make it all the way around without sinking any terror. We're sitting at 51. We're not in too bad a shape, but we are definitely creeping upwards. If I hadn't, we'd be sitting at maybe 81 right now, so I do think that spending the 300 carousing and whatnot was a better idea than anything else. Let's go ahead, we'll go to Port Cecil. We can play chess at the Principals. We'll explore the Coral Knoll first. A shadowy predator. It's the little things, the click of a sliding stone where there should be silence, a motion in the shadows as if they were thick-stirred like ink, a lull in the cries of Z-bats. Something is watching you, drawing closer hour by hour. You and your crew draw back to back watching the darkness. We could capture it alive if we had veils, which we don't. We can wait, watch, and end it. It has stealth, but you have rifles. All you need is a clear shot and you get yourself a trophy. Or we could take a an 80% chance to run back to the ship. I don't know, I kind of want to shoot it. Let's shoot it. We lost 2 crew, we got a Tale of Terror, and we got... Okay, so never mind, that didn't work out so great for us. Everybody died, basically. We'll gather the intelligence for Port Cecil. They've still got 20 Echo fuel here. And so I think this is where I'm going to break off the episode. My name is Splattercat. Thank you for joining me here at the Nerd Castle for another episode of Sunless Sea. I look forward to seeing you all in the next episode. Take care out there, everybody, and hi-do.